Hello there, Star Wars fans and Imperial fans. Sorry if I sound a little, sick. I've been fighting a little bit of a cold for about a week now, but, what I have for you here today is something far better than that. And despite me having some Wi-Fi troubles, this should be uploaded within the next couple of hours, or maybe days, depending on how the Wi-Fi is, but we've been having some Wi-Fi issues. Hopefully we can get that worked out in the near future. Anyway, we're not here to discuss how the Wi-Fi has been. We're here to discuss this amazing piece of art. The E11 Stormtrooper Blaster Rifle, used by the Galactic Empire from the years of, what? I believe 19 BBY to, like, 3 to 5 ABY. From the use in Solo: A Star Wars Story to the Battle of Jakku. So basically the Battle of Mimban to the Battle of Jakku, if you want to look at it that way. And yeah, very favored weapon by all of the Imperial military and Navy. Every Stormtrooper, with a few notable exceptions of the Scout Trooper, and a couple others, like the Death Trooper, aren't trained to use this weapon. Every other Stormtrooper uses this weapon, and they're trained to. It's what they do. Like, this is their weapon. Anyway, you might remember that like a month or so back, I made a video on the 1996 Kenner Endor Stormtrooper Blaster that had electronic lights and sounds. Well, believe it or not, this is that exact same blaster but completely modified and painted up. What I did here, basically, I added a stock, which yes, it doesn't move, but it looks certainly cool and accurate, and as you can probably tell, we painted it up, and it's no longer a toy-looking blaster. I weathered it and everything. Everything's nice and, like, really nice. Weathering looks great, and unlike the toys, it actually looks kind of natural. Like, it's on actual good spots here. And the scope is really fun because it got completely modified. Now, as you can see, it is, we have a new piece added on, so it's like an engraving of, like, really cool looking scope stuff. And that's not all. If you look through it, there's, like, a transparent red bit here that, like, you can look through, and it looks super cool. It just gives this nice red tint. And yes, I know people are going to say in the comments, oh yeah, well, didn't the Stormtrooper Blaster had a blue tint instead? That's what I remember from Battlefront. Well, yes, but I'm not really basing it off of Battlefront. I just think the red looks cooler. I know it's blue, like, in actuality, but the, like, transparent stuff that I used, the blue didn't look too good. Like, it was way too bright. But this works great. And if it, like, falls off or anything, I might try the blue again. But the big feature about this new blaster wasn't really intentional, but as I was building this, it came across my mind, well, I wanted like a removable ammo clip. That's exactly what we have here. So this, coming out, it's hollow on the inside. Funnily enough, it's like weathered on the bottom rather than the top, which is kind of funny. It doesn't really matter. And yeah, on the inside, you can see where, like, the original thing was that hooked it in. Yeah. The original, like, you could tell, like, the ammo clip was supposed to go there, and they just never added one. So yeah, this basically converts that really ugly and inaccurate Stormtrooper blaster, into a very accurate one. And I mean, they were close, but they were missing some big details. Most notable one is the stock in the ammo clip. However, I went further. Because here's the thing, I didn't want just a normal Stormtrooper blaster. We have the 2015 Disney Park Stormtrooper blaster for that. I have that blaster, which is cool. However, this blaster in particular, I wanted to be a Rebels Stormtrooper blaster. So, these pieces here, I made a little bit taller and curved, so that to give off that animated Stormtrooper blaster look that the Stormtrooper blaster has in that show. I analyzed a whole bunch of pictures and whatnot to make sure this was accurate. also the stock was a whole lot chunkier and longer, slightly, and just like wider in general. So, and that really works well in this blaster mold because you can't really thin it down any further than this. I mean, you might be able to, but it'd be tricky to get it sturdy. And this is pretty sturdy, despite the material not looking and feeling very sturdy. This is definitely, like, I wouldn't recommend dropping it or anything. Like, I don't think it's drop worthy, but this thing isn't gonna fall apart on you or anything when you like hold it. No, like, that's not gonna happen. Yeah, the sounds are still the same. It still sounds and works beautifully, as you might remember from the previous video. Yeah, some blasting action. Very, very nice. Really do appreciate this blaster. Nicely modified. Maybe in a couple of years, I'll be able to get the actual fancy ones that you might see on YouTube, like those Hyperdyne Labs, Blast FX, some of those other fancier ones, or one of those. You only really need one. Preferably one of the newer ones. Is Hyperdyne Labs is kind of outdated at this point. It doesn't have like the greatest sound effects or anything. Their blasters look nice, but their soundboard is not really good. So yeah, if you have one, then congrats to you. But I do think that if you want a Rebels blaster, this is your best way to go. Just make it custom. They don't actually sell a really good Rebels blaster. They sell a Ruby's one that's way overpriced at $15 when it should really be like $9, which is what I got it as, but mine broke, and that's another thing with that blaster, is it's very, very tending to break on you. Like, those costume blasters are cheap. And, you know, you should get a good blaster, and this is definitely the one to go if you want to do a Rebels blaster. If you want to try and find one for a fair price, then get the Disney Parks one for just a normal Stormtrooper blaster, but yeah. If you're getting a Kenner blaster, I do highly advise you convert it to a Rebels blaster, or just a normal blaster, just don't include these. I do think it would be well worth your time if you do that. And yeah, that's basically it. The modifications. I will show you the other side, because I did remember to paint this silver. I know some people, when converting their Kenner Stormtrooper blasters, will forget to paint this part here silver, which really bothers me, so I made sure not to forget, because, you know, and just some more weathering and all. Really, really nice. Some of the paint is, in fact, coming off. Probably touch that up. Here's the fun thing. Because this will probably get even more weathered. That'll just be mean. Instead of touching it up with black paint again, why not just touch it up with silver? Add some new battle scars. So yeah. And here's the scope picture, like a picture of this nice shot of the scope. You can't see the crosshair, but at a distance you can. It just gives us a super cool effect. The blaster rifle, definitely fun. Like, you know, and this was not that hard to do. Like, it's very inexpensive. I mean, find one of these. I got this one for $25 on eBay, and the stuff I use, I forget what it's called, some foam substance, but you can find it at Hobby Lobby for about $10. So you're going to be spending around $30 to $35 in total, compared to the more expensive ones, which are around $500 or more. I think the average is $500, but the lowest is like $100 or $200. So yeah, you are saving quite a bit of money if you just do this. And again, I left this off. I know some people like to make it more of a box, but this is fine. Didn't attach the key ring. Didn't do all the extra accessories. I just did what was important. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hope you had a great time listening to this review, and I'll see you all on the battlefront. Bye.